The year was 1955, when Walt Disney introduced America to a totally new concept in family entertainment. It was called Disneyland, and it was indescribable. Gone was the crazy quilt chaos of the typical amusement park. Instead, guests found themselves surrounded by a land of three-dimensional fantasy. It was like walking onto a movie set or into a dream.
From the dream makers at Disney. An exciting new theme park is coming to Southern California, located right next door to Disneyland Park, celebrating all the fun and adventure of California. Introducing Disney's California Adventure, a brand new Disney park.
Hello and welcome to Off Harbor in Maine. I'm Joel Covey, and I'm joined via the interwebs by my close friends, Beth.
Hey, guys.
And Matt.
Hey, guys.
Unfortunately, Derick couldn't make this episode, so we'll be missing him a lot.
Derick.
So,
oh,
yeah,
God.
It's not going to feel right.
Oh, well.
Well, especially
because... I miss you, Derick.
On with the show.
Well, especially because it's episode 10.
It's 10. We made 10.
It. This is it. We're done. We have nothing further to discuss.
Nothing
10
left
episodes.
to say.
That's all we needed.
Pack it in. We're done.
10 episodes and a movie.
Yeah. We'll be discussing our favorite Disneyland Resort snacks and venture into California Adventure's 2003's attempt at building attendance. I'm talking about none other than the classic summer promotion that was the Xgames Xperience.
Yeah, radical.
Radical.
Totally
It's, 2000,
yeah.
It's 200003. Those words hadn't been used in years.
They still
No,
said radical.
they were doing that
At the
with DCA.
X Games, yes, it was so hip.
It was Disney hip.
Yeah, it was Disney hip. Come on. You
Well,
saw
before we
Eureka.
get started, guys, as many of you know, we do like to go around the hub to see what everyone's drinking today. Now, since I don't want to call my bedroom studio the Tropical Lanai Studios anymore, I was thinking about calling this our virtual Tropical Lanai. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like it.
This is our Tropical Lanai right now, and we'll go around, see what everyone's drinking.
I love it.
What are you drinking, Beth?
Okay, so I'm drinking something weird. I'm just gonna be honest. I made a weird drink today. So I it's funny. I made a avocado puree syrup, and I put some chili flakes in it, so it's got a little kick. I wish I had tequila, but I did not. I had vodka, so I kind of shook it all up, put some lime juice in it, and it's actually very refreshing. It's very tasty. I do wish it had tequila because I feel like that would have just like given it that depth, almost made it like the avocado margarita. But it is very tasty, even if it is a little bit strange looking.
What are you calling it? Let's do it.
Don't
right now.
know yet. My avocado spritzer.
That's avocado spritzer. Can't wait for the photo.
It also had tonic in it, so that
Okay,
was
there's
the
the
spritzer part. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that's Russian that sounds like avocado.
Okay, if you come up with it, let me know.
Oh, I'm gonna come up with it. Give me a little bit.
What do you have over there, Matt?
What don't I have over here?
Yeah. he's just bring the fridge next to you next time.
I have a bottled water. I have a Truly lemonade seltzer and a Del Taco chocolate shake. I'm sure these are not going to go well.
Let us know how you're feeling by the end of the episode, please.
You need a break in between for something else. Well, I was having a tough time deciding tonight, and I finally just looked up something with bourbon and something with orange liqueur because I've been doing that a lot lately. If you've been following along on Twitter, and I've been loving it. So I did a bourbon sidecar today. So it's bourbon. I have Patron Citron in it with some fresh lime juice, some passion fruit puree because I bought this stuff at Total Wine, and it wasn't cheap, but I needed some special type of puree, and they had a passion fruit one, and it is good in everything.
That sounds really good.
You only need a small little bit, and therefore I didn't need to put in sugar for this or agave, like nectar or anything. I could just put this in because it has so much sugar already in it. So I use that and then some bitters, and it is delicious.
Sounds good.
And I made 2 of them, so I have another one in the fridge because I'm almost already done.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give it to Vicky.
Oh no, this is all mine.
Sorry, Vicky.
Sorry.
No fancy.
She can just go straight out of the bottle if she wants. But yeah.
It's my kind of girl.
With that, cheers, everybody.
Cheers to episode 10. We did it.
Oh, it is a great drink. So, before we get into it, can I just talk about the Quinjet real quick?
Let's do it. Ooh, it looked nice.
Only because, I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to the Marvel Land or Avengers Campus, only because the first part of it is there's no e-ticket. I know there's one that's supposed to come later.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully it comes maybe in 15 years. But it's a small area. I appreciate that Mission Breakout's going to fit in a little bit better to the theming, to the surroundings. And I know that's why they originally did that in the first place, because they knew Avengers Campus or something Marvel was coming for that area. So it's going to fit in. But Spider-Man attraction doesn't really thrill me, and it doesn't, I don't even know how it can be like, it's a small footprint. So hopefully it's pretty awesome. But once I saw that Quinjet, I got the feels. I got so excited.
It brought you into the story, didn't it?
It did. Plus you got Josh
tomorrow.
Yes. So you can't go wrong whenever he's in the picture.
He is kind of sexy.
Plus you had Kevin Feige in the picture there. But yeah, good stuff. It's something to look forward to, and they still have a little bit of ways to go. So hopefully that can open shortly whenever they do decide to reopen Disneyland.
I'm excited for it. And also just Steven has requested to come speak up on the episode once we finally, go into the land and experience it. Yeah, as a Marvel fan, yeah, he really wants to come and talk about it. Yeah.
Good.
100%.
I want him on here.
Okay.
Awesome. So I do want to go over our not everything is shitty topic here. Did you guys bring anything?
I did.
Good?
I did.
What do you got?
My brother got married earlier this month. I didn't get to go because it's multiple states away and there's a pandemic, so I didn't get to be there in person, but I got lots of videos and lots of pictures, and I was just so happy for him and Danielle. So congratulations, Josh and Danielle, on getting married.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
I don't think they listen, but congratulations anyways. And I just want to tell you guys, our number one fan, Nick, he's just making my week.
What do you do?
He's been sending me messages on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yes. For allears.net is having like this, basically like a countdown to their top ears, and everyone has to vote on the top ears. So, it's been like narrowing it down every day. He's like been on it, sending it to me so that I can rate my favorite ears. And he said that Spirit jerseys are next. And I am very excited to rate Spirit jerseys. So he's made sure I have not forgot, and he sent it to me every day this week, and it's been enjoyable. So
That's
thanks,
awesome.
Nick.
Nick's awesome.
Yes.
How about yourself, Matt? Do you have anything?
Well, I got back from Vegas last week. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. This week, we're going to A Taste of Knots, not just of Calico. Now it's the whole thing.
So they're opening the whole park to it? Or is it still in the same area?
No, it's like the whole park now. And so like depending on what area of the park you go into, there's like different style food.
Oh,
so like
nice.
Fiesta Village, Fiesta Village has like Mexican boysenberry inspired foods. Like the boardwalk has like carnival inspired boysenberry foods.
Get me a funnel cake.
I saw boysenberry margaritas.
Oh.
I think it's 12 to 9.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking it's going to be so hot still this weekend.
It is going to be hot this weekend.
I did look. I mean, it's going to be warm, but the high end Buena Park on Saturday is like 88.
Oh, that's
I guess
not
that's
bad.
nothing compared to what you're going through. Your triple
Matt and I have been
digits.
like 107 2 days ago.
Well, that should be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
For you to
How about you, Joel?
Well, I have 2 things. One, I did just go on a little vacation. It was a short 4-day vacation, but I did get to see my parents. First time I got to see them since the pandemic started.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was really nice to see them. And we went to Cambria and Morro Bay area. They were camping in their RV in Morro Bay, and we stayed at a really nice resort or hotel, Ocean Ocean Point Ranch. But it was a really cute little resort in Cambria, and it was a stone's throw from the beach. You're right across the street to a nice little park area, and really, it was incredible because it was so hot over the weekend everywhere else, but in Cambria, it was perfect weather. It was like 82 was the high, and cool mornings, cool evenings. So I was very fortunate for that. Very happy to have the cooler weather, but I was shocked that there wasn't. I mean, there was people there, but it never got busy. And all the beaches, even on like Saturday and Sunday when it was a little busier, there is just so much room. Like you did not have to get close to anybody. Nice to get away from people, yet still be around them at the same time.
That's nice. I was loving your photos. They were really making me wish I was there to crash your vacation with your family.
I was enjoying them till he says, "I'm wearing a sweater."
I never had to put on any. I never had to put on long
johns.
Whoa.
I was trying to say I never had to put on pants, but I knew it was going to turn into a joke because I was wearing shorts. Wait, how can I say this without make it turn into something dirty? But
Jeans. You never had to wear jeans.
I never had to wear jeans, so it was nice. I was just wearing my shorts the whole time. Yeah, it's very surreal and picturesque the entire time, and great areas to just relax along the sea. It was really nice. I think I'm gonna go back there relatively soon because it was a good vacation spot, and you weren't busy. We could really relax. That was nice.
That's awesome.
Number 2, I wanted to bring up the Lost Bros. Some of you may be aware of them. They have a pretty high social presence, social media presence. And I mean, they do a bunch of things. They're vloggers. They have podcasts. They have merchandise. They do park updates, yada, yada, yada. But they're a good group of people. But something I wanted to bring them up because just not so long ago, they debuted their video for There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. They do these adaptions or remakes, covers, or whatever you want to call them. And they released that quite a while ago, but they just did the video and it's really good. I definitely recommend going on YouTube. But they have some great originals that they do too. There's a song they do, "Oh Boy," and like Mickey Mouse, "Oh Boy," but
it's really cute.
It's really
good song.
cute. But everything they do kind of has this pop rock punk. I don't know how would you describe it?
I would say like a pop punk like feel to it,
Yeah.
like not super hard, but
No,
just
definitely
like
not. Definitely kid friendly.
Yeah, everyone can enjoy it, but it's very upbeat and yeah, it's good stuff.
And there's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow one is I think it was my favorite. I just really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd play a little bit of it right now for you. So these guys have their music on all the streaming apps, and they're on Apple Music and Spotify, everywhere you would normally download music. So I definitely recommend checking them out. I just thought it brought a lot of positivity and made me smile, so I was very happy to see it, and just thought I'd give a little shout out to them.
Man, and A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is just like, it's that thing we're all striving for right now.
It's what we're going after.
It's a good reminder.
That really spoke to me right now. So I definitely think it's worth it. Take a look.
And a listen.
All right, well, let's move on to our first segment. We wanted to talk about our favorite Disneyland Resort snacks. We did say these could be anything that's handheld. They don't have to be like just stuff from like an ODV or outdoor vending cart. They can be any type of snack. And hopefully we have some good ones here. I know I'm sad Derick isn't here because I'm sure he had some good options. But I did want to go through. I posted this on Twitter just to see what others had to say. So I do have a few that I wanted to bring up. So we had at Lydia at the Disco. She said churros at Disneyland and Jack's Cookie Num Num at DCA.
I have not tried the Num Num cookie
yet. You have not
yet.
had the cookies, right?
I have not had it yet, but
my sister has had it.
I've had it. They're good.
The last few times I've been, I feel like it was too warm for like a real big cookie,
Well, she added in here, she put, "It's divine, so warm, thick, and gooey. Probably one of the best cookies I've ever had." And she added, "I miss Disney snacks. So do we."
We do.
So I hope they are okay with us bringing this up. But Simba at Simba Main, they mentioned pickles. I would have a fit if I went to Disneyland without getting a pickle. Oh, and beignets. These would be 2 different snack times, though.
Wait, now I have to tell you, Simba is my cousin,
Yes.
and we have a issue with pickles at Disneyland. A long time ago, very long time ago, my cousins, myself, my brother, all went to Disneyland. My aunt took us. My aunt is none of our mothers. She's childless, but she took us all. She took us all to Disneyland, and my cousin Simba was probably about 4 or 5, maybe. Like, they were pretty young, and my brother and my other cousin, they were probably about 8 or 9. And my aunt just all of a sudden was like, I need a pickle. When I come to Disneyland, I have to get a pickle. But she threw this huge temper tantrum. We still tease her about it to this day. And all my cousins say that I like pushed them behind me because I was the oldest. I was like 15. I was like, stand back. Stand back. And so now whenever we go to Disneyland with my aunt, we have to like make sure the first stop, doesn't matter if it is at 9 o'clock in the morning, get your pickle. Just have it ready.
Oh, pickles are good, though.
They are good.
I think I usually
Clearly,
hold off because I know it's going to give me bad breath. So
passed down through our family now, so everyone just needs to get a pickle when they go.
no, pickles are
To
good.
keep away the bad juju.
And one more here we have at The Lovely Details. She put Lumpia at Tropical Hideaway is a brand new contender for me. Churros, of course. Churro Bites from Cozy Cone are really good too. And Dole Whip with rum too. So great examples there. And I think we'll be talking about a couple of those. But yeah, good
Ooh.
ones there, De Lovely.
I also had a suggestion from on my personal Facebook from Melissa,
Mhm.
who said, "Oh, this is such a good idea, that they should pull the hot dog cart out into the Esplanade with a couple of popcorn carts and churro carts. Just put them in the Esplanade and just serve them there. Let people get some of their Disney fix that way." I was like, that's not a bad idea. Although I don't know if the hot dog cart can actually move. I'm not sure. Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The one that's actually the wagon.
Like the wagon. Can it move? The corn
Or
dog?
it could. I think
Anyways.
it's on a real chassis or a real truck.
They should just pop it on out to the Esplanade. You know.
Can it be
That
like
would be a really long line, though. I mean,
it's like outdoor
True.
dining, but we're doing outdoor theme parking?
Yeah.
It's outside of the theme park, so
just
it's
bring
okay.
all the ODB carts and just put them throughout the Esplanade.
Circle them around. Yeah, perfect.
There will not be enough parking if they did that.
That's true.
Yeah, since they are closing parking pretty much every day. All
Would
right.
be a mess.
Well, I mean, let's start with you, Matt. What are some of your favorite snacks?
I have quite a few
Let's hear 'em.
favorites.
Bring it on.
I have a lot.
Let's hear 'em all.
One of my new favorites in the last couple of years is I love the Pixar Pure Parfait.
What is
what's
that?
You've seen it. Oh my god, you guys! I've eaten it in front of you.
Have you?
It's
What
the
is
one.
it?
It's the one at the adorable snowmans.
Oh, the blue
the
one?
blue and the yellow.
Mm.
It's a parfait. Is that considered parfait?
That's what they. Well, it's layered.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was
It's got
called
like
that.
it's got
I
like
know
the
exactly what
blue,
you're talking about.
the
Yeah.
blue raspberry slush, and then
Mhm.
it's lemon soft serve, and then more.
Does it have the white chocolate on top, or is it just the layers?
No, it's just the layers.
Just
But
layers.
if I'm not getting the parfait, I'm definitely getting the lemon with the chocolate.
Oh, the white chocolate is
I just
so
wish
good
they put
on it.
more of it on there.
I'm sure
I
you could
wish
ask for
they would-
extra.
Why don't they do the swirl?
Like
They
how they
do.
used to have it there, catch the flave?
Wait,
No. Like they swirl the vanilla with the lemon. Last
You
time I was
can.
there,
Oh, yeah.
they would only like put them together, but they didn't actually like swirl.
Huh.
Last time I was
I
there.
thought it did
it's a while
swirl.
ago.
Yeah,
I
I-
think it did for a while, but then it didn't.
Maybe just broken.
Maybe that could be.
maybe it's
But yeah,
'cause
good point.
dairy mixing with non-dairy.
Also, hello,
Hmm.
Dole Whips, please give us the vanilla swirl here. Like, that's all I want.
Hmm.
It was so good.
Wait,
Mm.
what are the options at Tropical Hideaway? Do they not have a vanilla swirl there?
Raspberry,
They don't. Raspberry,
and I think orange.
mango or orange. Yeah, raspberry and orange. I think it's what, or strawberry.
No,
That is weird they did not do the vanilla swirl here.
I was so excited. I thought that's for sure they were going to have that, but they did not.
You should
Vanilla
riot.
it.
This is terrible.
I'm going to demand.
Unacceptable.
Maybe when they open, I'll probably forget about it by then.
It just means you have to take a trip to Disney World.
It's true.
What else?
Another one is, and I know most people don't think they're that good, but I have a very soft spot for the chimichangas.
I love the chimichangas. It was actually on my list too. I really
nice.
like the chimichangas. Yes.
Because for me, it's the chimichanga, and you have to have the packets of the La Victoria salsa, and you bite it, and then you pretty much just fill like the gap that you've created with salsa. Bite it again, fill the gap.
Have you had the breakfast chimichanga?
I did. I didn't think it was that good. It was.
I didn't have it, so
I thought it was kind of soggy.
That's no good.
I didn't know they had that. Is that at all the normal carts?
I think you can only get it at, I think, the one by Thunder. That's the only place I've seen it.
Interesting. I didn't know that existed.
I felt like they had it over at Main Street too, like up right by like in the hub, but maybe not. Like, I didn't try it, so I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But I'm with you on the chimichanga.
I love the chimichanga. It's one of my favorites. One of my other favorite ones is from the Cozy Cone. I love the cone with the mac and cheese with the bacon bits.
Bacon, that's a good one.
And anybody that knows me knows that I have a really hard time doing macaroni and cheese. That is not Kraft. It's a psychological. It's a psychological.
I don't
thing.
get it. Almost all mac and cheese is amazing.
No, if you only ate Kraft and then the one time you didn't have Kraft and you got super sick afterwards, you're gonna assume the last thing you ate was what made you sick. And that was when I was like 10 years old.
It's shaped his life.
So,
you're
but
slowly inching your way back to.
I do like that
types.
one, but I'm sad because that's like my new favorite there, because the one I used to love there, they don't have anymore.
Which one is it?
It was the chili, like the verde.
The chili verde.
The verde pork one with the cotija cheese on top.
That was really good.
That was so good, and it's gone.
Was that a seasonal one? Or
No, it was. I think they just got rid of it. I
Right.
think the bacon mac and cheese replaced it as a seasonal, and then they kept it.
Oh, it's fine. It's still good. So
It is, but still, it's very sad.
Did you have anything else?
Kind of. It's not so much. Well, I mean, it's not so much as a snack as it is just like. I mean, I don't go in there all the time, but I love the English toffee.
the English toffee is good.
From Candy Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I don't
How
know
did
if
you feel about the
I've ever
churro?
had it.
What?
Like-
What?
Like the in the bags, right? That you can.
No, like the big
little-
square they give you inside from
No,
the case.
I've never had it.
Oh,
Never
it's so
had it.
good.
Have you guys had the churro
Something to look
toffee?
forward to.
I think Braden got that once. I think.
I felt it was good, but like in a weird way, too sweet. It felt like it was like overly sweet. Because you didn't get like the buttery flavor of like a regular toffee that kind of like breaks up the sweet, you know?
I do miss that. That's like my favorite part of it too.
Yeah. Did you miss out on that, Joel?
I did.
It's all over Instagram.
See, here's my problem: is I'm not a huge sweets person, and even when it comes to like candy and stuff, especially at Disneyland Resort or any Disney theme park, I don't usually go towards the candy or the really dessert-like type snacks. So like even as you were bringing that up, Matt, I was thinking, wow, I didn't put anything or even think about the stuff that's in the cake, like at Pooh Corner or at the areas with like the fudge and all those type of things, because there's so many types of treats and there's so many candy apples, all those things, and I don't ever like really even consider those because I don't usually go after them.
I do have an honorable mention though. I'm not a huge churro person at the park anyways, just because I know everybody always says Disneyland churros hit differently than other churros, but a standard Disneyland churro costs like $5.
Right.
I could drive down to Del Taco and get 2 churros for $1.25, and it's the same exact thing. I will say though, one of the specialty churros they had for one of the festivals, I can't remember if it was the Christmas one or if it was for Halloween, but it was the maple bacon. I loved it. It was so good.
I'm all.
I try to buy of yours. I think I've discovered that while I'm okay with sweet and salty, I don't like cold bacon.
Oh, I get that. I can understand that. Yeah.
I get that, but
I think that's my thing. But In my
I loved
mind,
it.
it sounded delicious. And then when I ate it, I was like, oh, wait, I don't like that.
All right. Well, Beth, how about you?
Well, I'll just swing right there. I love the classic churro. It's my favorite of all
You
the
can't go wrong.
churros.
It's still good.
I mean, I've
It's
had...
expensive.
It is expensive. It used to be like a much better deal, but it is very expensive now. And I just much prefer it to this one with all the stuff on it. I don't know. I'm just a cinnamon sugar kind of girl. Just give it to me straight. I think my number one favorite sweet treat there that is not a seasonal treat is the apple pie caramel apple. I don't get them very often because they are kind of a pain in the ass to eat, and it's really awkward to eat, and it's hard to share with somebody else. But like flavor wise, like that is my favorite snack to get. It's like the perfect combination. It's like the Granny Smith apple, white chocolate, cinnamon sugar, and caramel. It's just good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. Yeah.
One of my newest ones is over at the Tropical Hideaway. The bao buns
Oh, I forgot
and
about that.
the noodle salad. I don't know if you guys tried the vegetarian
did.
noodle salad.
I did, yeah.
So good. You get the bao sauce, the spicy one,
Okay.
put
yeah.
it in there with the rest of it, and you shake it up. It
Oh.
is so good. I will get that every time I go. It's so good.
Yeah, those baos are a great
So good.
option just to if you need something a little bit more. They're not cheap either. Like one is not going to do anything for you, but they're tasty.
And they're like there's like a little bit more substantial. Like if you just you're
Yes.
not
More
popcorn's
than-
not going to
correct.
quite do it for you. Just
Yeah.
so good. And you can't beat the ambiance over that whole area.
Right.
It's just so nice.
Except I wish Rosita would just shut the hell up.
Yeah, I could go without her. Yeah.
We should just chirp.
I was so glad when she was gone.
Wow.
Well, that's
Rosita hater over here.
she's really cool that they did something like that. That's nice that they added that little extra flair, but her voice.
She was cool until she just stopped talking. Or until she started talking too much.
Just bring it down a little bit, Rosita.
I think you're right, though. I think it's the voice.
Yeah, it's not so much that she's talking, it's just that high-pitched, kind of cringy voice that she has. Kind of kills the joke for me, for all of her dad jokes she does.
Maybe if it was a male voice, Joel, what are you
No,
saying?
no.
Well, you said a dad joke. I don't know.
No, there's I mean, she reminds me of what's her name? She reminds me of Sandy Duncan.
Oh, actually, Sandy Duncan did her voice, and that's why.
Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
No.
We're on to something.
Okay. Anyways, carrying on. Bengal beef barbecue. Since I'm in that area already,
Oh, we're doing the grand circle too.
I'm just saying if I'm in there, I'm gonna get a banyan beef skewer. It's gonna be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I saved my final treat, my most favorite snack of all time in Disney, like the top. It's a seasonal treat. I can only get it from like October to December.
Oh, no.
I know what she's going to say.
It's the gingerbread cookie with the cute little Mickey Mouse ears dipped in chocolate. So good. Right after I gave birth to my child, my friend Kate, thank you, Kate, lived further south. I was in LA, drove up, stopped at Disneyland on the way up, got me 3 of those cookies,
Oh,
brought
nice.
them up to me. They're my favorite. They're the soft gingerbread, a little bit of chocolate. They taste like fucking Christmas. It's just the best.
Warms your spirit.
Warms my spirit. I just immediately transported to the holiday spirit. I need one right now.
I don't like
Oh my
gingerbread.
God, wait, they better okay. I have not been to downtown Disney yet. But if Disneyland is closed in December, they better have them at Marceline Confectionery.
Marceline's will have to have them.
They better.
have to.
I will mask up. I will buy 2 dozen. And I will eat them all.
Those are good. Do you have any other ones? Mm?
Not really, but I did want to say I'm going to give an honorable mention to fudge because I have such a
Honorable mention to fudge.
I have a memory attached to fudge.
Okay.
I once sold fudge to Marty Sklar.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
did, yes. He came in when I was working, and I did not often work in the Penny Arcade, and I hated it every second of the day because I hated selling stuff there. But he came in during a cast Christmas party, and I sold it to him, and it was delightful. Anyways, it was tiger butter. is what he ordered.
Oh,
I remember.
really?
Yeah.
That's a popular one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea. No.
Anyways, I will always, every time I walk by there, I think of that, of selling him a piece of fudge. It was very exciting.
Can I flex real quick?
Please do flex.
Yeah, I don't, stop me if I already talked about this, but I'm going to flex real quick just because you brought up Marty Sklar and you brought up the holiday party, and it just brought up a good memory where back when I was working at Disneyland, I was doing guest control one holiday party, and Marty Sklar was greeting at It's a Small World. So he was greeting guests. No one knows who he is. I mean, now I think there would probably be even more if he was still alive and stuff. But I think now more people, because of the internet and everything, would recognize him and know, oh my gosh, that's Marty Sklar. But it was so cool. And so I walked over there and I had to introduce myself and just say hello and, appreciate what he's done. And I remember the VP at the time came over to me and he like nodded his head at us, and I looked at him. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for grouping," which is like hanging out with two cast members, together. And he's like, "It's okay. You're grouping with the right person." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh,
so, it was a good memory, and I thought it was really cool to think back at the time and how nice it was to have those executives and Imagineers just kind of walking around back when the holiday parties were a little bit more charming and intimate. Yeah.
Michael Eisner gave me a candy cane one year.
Yeah. Iger's been out there too. Yeah.
Not as as exciting as Marty Sklar.
As Marty Sklar, no. Hello, I'm Michael Eisner.
Yes, that's good.
So I have.
Does anybody want to hear about the fun times I have at work?
No, I don't.
Did you see anybody exciting?
I saw a man brushing his teeth in the front of the store today.
Oh man!
I told him to leave. He gave me the finger.
I'm sorry.
That's what you know. Matt just sent me a link to Tito Pepe cinnamon sugar pastry sticks that I can buy on Instacart. Thanks.
That's because they're the same ones they use at Disneyland.
Tito Pepe's?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No,
Are they?
Tio Pepe's is the
Tio,
same.
sorry.
Tio Pepe's is the exact same churro that they use at Disneyland.
No. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna order it now.
I found one on Amazon. You get like a couple hundred for like $90.
90, too much.
I think 97.
That's a couple hundred. If you freeze them, I'm sure they last a few years, right?
That's true, probably.
Yeah.
Disney's probably gonna use the same ones after the
From before.
pandemic's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're frozen, they're good.
They're still good. Well, for my list, I did start off with just two, and then as we posted some stuff on Twitter and starting to hear some other responses, I've added to it over time. But there were two main ones that are my go-to that I just will always go to. One is it's at Maurice's Treats at Fantasy Fair, and that's the cheddar garlic bagel twist.
That's so good. That is really good.
Well, there's a few reasons why. Not only is it substantial, it's a good fair amount of food.
Big.
It's $5.29. I mean, when it first came out, it was in the $4 range, and I'm like, it was like the same price, if not like a quarter more than a freaking churro. I'm like, this is like my no-brainer. This is a no-brainer for me that it's so much food. I can hold me over for a few hours, especially if I'm going to go over DCA next. I'm like, I'm going to have a beer when I get over there. I need to get something in my stomach. Cheddar garlic bagel twist is a good option. And you wash it down with Boysen apple freeze, which is $5.49, which I think is funny that it's more expensive than the bagel.
Yes.
But, yeah. And
that is a good one.
Passion fruit foam on top of that Boysen apple freeze. It's good stuff, especially on a hot day. And then my other go-to is the Dole Whip. You can't go wrong. I love the Dole Whip float. You can walk around with it on a nice warm day. And of course, there's many tips and tricks on not having to wait in some long lines. And they have some mobile ordering now. And it's also available at the Tropical Hideaway. So you have some options now to get it.
And Yogurtland.
Stop it. And
it's not the same. There's no magic.
This is Dole's Whip. Okay. But anyway, also the Dole Whip float with Myers rum. It started in Disney World, but you can get it now at Disneyland, or at least pre-COVID you could. And it was available at the Disneyland Hotel. And
that tiny coffee shop.
At the little coffee shop. And no one knows about this it's called the Coffee House. It's extremely dated still. It has an old logo. And you go inside and I'm like, is this still the Disneyland Hotel? It's weird.
It feels like you stepped in right into the, into the
1989.
80s. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, not like in a, like its decor isn't really like 80s decor, but it's just
bland.
it's very bland.
You expect to look out the windows and see the marina.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. You really
do. Yeah. But I'm okay with it. It's nice because it's just a nice little spot to get some coffee, and there's not usually a lot of people there, and you can get Myers rum in your Dole Whip.
And it's very tasty.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, $10, but
it's not quite enough to like do anything, but it still tastes good.
yeah. But if you're dying to get some booze in your Dole Whip, there's an option for you. Also, they have Bailey's and Kahlua in that coffee house too. So if you want to spike your coffee a little bit, you can do that too there. So on the same theme, I'm going to just add in there because I realized it when I post these pictures, that pineapple Dole Whip donut, which is not always there, but I guess it's actually called a pineapple donut with
meringue, right?
Meringue, yeah. The topping is meringue. It's toasted slightly. It's pineapple filling that just oozes out. It's an excellent option. Even early in the morning, I had one, and with my coffee, sat over by the bazaar, the old Indiana Jones outpost, which is now just a sitting area. It's a nice little spot. Have your donut and some coffee.
That's nice. I haven't had that one. It did look very tasty, though.
Yeah. And then my others, I had to throw in Ronto wrap. I know it's kind of cliche right now, but more importantly, the morning wrap, just because it's so filling. There's a lot of food. I feel like there's a little bit more in there than the regular one because you have so much scrambled eggs in there, but it's very tasty and it's a good option for the morning. And speaking of morning, I don't know if this really counts, but I did have to add the breakfast burrito at Tomorrowland Terrace. Well, with the loss of like some of my favorite places, like the Riverbell Terrace, it's now sit down, so I'm not going to go there as often.
I miss those sandwiches.
I know. And it was just a great spot though. In the morning, you sit there, you can watch the riverboat. You can watch Mark Twain go by. There's nobody in the park yet. It's usually pretty peaceful in that spot. But now I get this American breakfast burrito over at Tomorrowland Terrace. It has egg, bacon, sausage, hash browns, cheese, and pico de gallo. So it's really filling. It's everything you need. And it's $8.99. Pretty good price. And that's before any AP discount.
Not a bad deal for a Disneyland breakfast, for sure.
Yeah.
I still have memories of the Riverbell breakfast because I remember the one time when Justin got so mad that we were using Tabasco sauce that he
hates Tabasco sauce.
He hates it so much.
Justin.
And everybody at the table was using it, and he went and sat at a different table.
I remember that. Oh, Justin, we're sorry.
Man.
Sorry, Justin, but Tabasco is amazing.
Well, I'm going to throw in another cliche one. No one's talked about it, and it's pretty classic. I'm a big popcorn fan, and I love the theme park popcorn. Nothing special. It's sometimes that you guys should see the face that both of them are making. They're disgusted. They're not popcorn fans, but I love it. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for something salty. The popcorn does great. And then for Frozen, the stage show in California Adventure, they have pre-boxed popcorn, which you would think would be even worse. But I love it because it's a little bit more buttery. You're so disgusted right now. But
okay. Well, I was going to say, yes, I hate popcorn. But there are two exceptions at the resort that I actually really liked.
Which ones are they? Because I have exceptions too.
One of them, super random. But remember, World of Color debuted. There was the multicolored popcorn that they were selling out there. Remember when they had the giant puppets and stuff?
I remember that, yes.
That popcorn was fantastic. I loved that popcorn. And my other one is actually a very recent addition. I love the one from the chocolate kettle corn from from Galaxy's Edge.
Yes, with the red salt. Oh yes, that's so good. That is. I will eat that. I will
ate the whole bag myself.
It's shocking.
It's so good.
There's never a line there either. No one's really.
I don't think anyone
stuff.
knows it. Like,
it's new. It's been there maybe since Christmas.
Yeah. But I mean, just in general for the popcorn there, because they had different popcorn.
Yeah, but that one is
opened.
That one is really good. My other exception is the pickle popcorn at the Cozy Corn.
Oh, yeah, that's good too.
Braden bought a bag once, and when I was pregnant, I think I ate his whole bag because it was very good. But oh, you're right. The chocolate red sea salt popcorn. I'm adding
So
that to
good.
my list because that is delicious.
And it's warm.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, it's
Have you had it, Joel? Like, you're not
Yeah.
talking enough about it to like. I feel like you're not
Because I'm
in
just
this.
the classic. I just like the regular popcorn. But yes,
Was
I
it
had
cardboard?
some of
Like
See,
cardboard?
I think I'm a flavored popcorn person because
Yeah, me
I
too.
just like when I smell like buttered popcorn, I'm like, ugh, I don't want it.
It smells like a Target, but I like Target, but I want to
Mm.
eat it.
I did
Remember
not
that?
get that feeling.
Super random, but we used to always get the popcorn from Target. And I remember it used to come in that really tall bag.
Mhm.
Sit in the shopping cart. Oh, memories.
The Target popcorn.
The Target. We went from
Ah.
Galaxy's Edge to Target.
Galaxy
These are-
far, far away.
These are all really good options, guys. And I think this is going to be a tough one because I'm sure there's people listening that have their favorites too. We'd love to hear them. There's just so many good options when it comes to snacks. And it's not just, like I said, I mean, it's not just popcorn. It's not just Dole Whips and churros and turkey legs. There are,
Ugh. Never turkey leg.
Is
Turkey leg.
anybody who likes
Turkey leg
legs?
is never the answer.
no,
I
that should be on a
had,
shirt. Turkey leg is never never.
yeah, I had to try one once just because I'm like, it's a turkey leg. I gotta try it. Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, it just smells gross. You can't.
Mhm.
You cannot eat it and look like a human being. You look like like an animal tearing
Neanderthal.
into it.
And it's so like, but it's so like sinewy.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
It's like
bone pieces. It's like it splinters, and it's just like, ugh. And it tastes like ham. Why does the turkey leg taste like ham? I was so mad I just hit my trash can.
But again, please let us know your thoughts. I'm sure we missed some great ones, and you can yell at us for leaving off something that you think is near and dear to your heart. But
But if you yell at us for not liking the turkey leg,
you're blocked. You're done.
yeah, find a different podcast.
wow.
Yeah.
Start your
Guys,
own. I don't care.
come to me. I will still like you, but please tell me why you like it because I don't understand.
You gonna sit out there with the little booth in a park that says "Change my mind"?
Turkey legs suck. Change my mind.
Well, moving on. I'm getting another drink. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, if Joel's going to, I'll be back.
I'll be here.
All right, let's talk Xgames Xperience. So, I wanted to start off with a snapshot in time. I think it'd be kind of good for us to talk about what was going on during this time, this era of Disney. So, we'll start over at Disneyland Resort. I think this would be good.
Flashback to 2003.
2003 summer.
The way you said it, though, I'm imagining like Rod Serling. A snapshot
Imagine,
of time.
if you will.
The Disneyland Resort.
I wasn't even there yet.
Yeah. Imagine, if you will, entering Disneyland first, and Space Mountain is still brown.
Ugh. Gross.
I liked it.
You.
I thought it was fine. It was good when everything else matched it.
Everything
And
else was brown.
everything else is brown and golden. Not really golden, but brown.
It was just brown and then shiny brown.
Excuse me, wasn't it bronze?
No, that's
It was
what they
brown.
said
It
it
was
was.
supposed
but
to
it
be
was.
Supposed to be bronze.
Yeah.
That's why it had teal, because it was.
But it was painted bronze. Yeah, the teal, like it was aged or oxidized. Yeah, no.
Could have been beautiful. Was not beautiful.
I remember when they started
Rock
painting
was
it white
young?
again. I was in Fullerton, living in Fullerton, and I remember them painting it white. And I drove down just to get a photo and see them painting Space Mountain white again. I
That
was
is
so
the most Joel thing I've ever heard.
yeah, it was very neat. Space Mountain had already closed unexpectedly. If you remember this, but
Mhm.
for those that aren't aware, one day everyone went to the park and Space Mountain was closed and had every cast member out front just saying, "Oh, we're closed and it's not going to reopen." No one had any idea what was going on, and this was before Twitter. And I mean, you had some rumor websites, but I don't think anyone really. There was no real confirmation of what really happened. But I
Have there
think it
been
was
an
basically
accident? Been like a little bit before? Have there been like some sort of accident? I feel like.
there was an accident a little bit before, but I don't know if it was related. But from what I heard, it was more like some of the supports needing to be redone.
Hmm.
I heard stuff about just really the queue was falling apart. Who knows? I never got the confirmation.
This was
If
a
you
crazy
know, let
time
me know. But I never really heard
Disney.
what really happened. All I know is that it closed for a long time, and they took out the entire track. They redid it all and put the same exact track in there. And it relaunched in 2015 for the park's 50th.
2015?
15?
2005. 2005. Thanks,
Like,
guys.
is it down that long from
It was closed
2003 to
for-
2015?
It's closed for 12 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? I blocked that from my memory.
Hey.
Keep in mind, so this was pre-Buzz. American Space Experience exhibit still existed. So this was when the queue was still there for Rocket Rods. Of course, Rocket Rods was still closed. And it was already closed. And they had just this little NASA little exhibit in what is now the Fast Pass area for Star Tours and
Buzz
Buzz.
Lightyear.
Beth's just staring. Like, someone finish off the sentence for me. Come on. Honey, I Shrunk the
wasn't
Audience
sure.
was still there. And you still had ASMR Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. This is when you had to wear headphones to watch Mr.
When
Lincoln
they were like, listen,
cutting your hair.
Drew Carey, our Drew Carey attraction in Hollywood Studios is doing great. So we're just
Just
going to bring it
thriving.
here. We're going to bring it over here so you can feel like your hair is getting cut. It was,
People
listen,
blowing in your ear.
I do not like Lincoln whispering sweet nothings in my ear. It's a little weird.
I loved it.
I think it was cool the first time. And then I'm like, this is just bizarre. Is this really
It's too
necessary?
much.
Well, I never did Lincoln when I was little. So my first experience with Lincoln was
Was
with
that
the
version?
headphones.
That's the first one that I remember too. I mean, I'm sure I did it, but I don't remember anything until the headphones.
We didn't have time for Lincoln when I was a kid.
You got to get in there and hit the big rides. I get it.
And I've been trying to research this too, because I thought it'd be kind of a fascinating topic to discuss on the podcast, but I can't even find the audio from that show.
Snip, snip, snip.
Ew.
And then all of a sudden there's that extremely loud, like it started bombing.
Yeah.
Like they started the war in the theater.
I'm like, was it like the silent disco of theme park attractions?
It totally
Like,
was.
Imagine
Yeah.
somebody takes their headphones off and everybody's like, cast members sitting there up front like, look at all these morons.
And also, Winnie the Pooh was new. That stellar attraction. And,
I love it. Don't diss
it's great.
Pooh.
I know it's great if you have kids. It's good.
Okay, I liked it before I had kids. One time, Matt and I sat on pee on that attraction. Can you say that?
You did what? You sat on pee?
What
We said
were
on
you-
pee and poo.
We will always, in our minds, we try to believe that it was apple juice, but we really
know
know the
better.
truth. Yeah,
Ugh.
I was wearing white pants that day.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't there.
I always check my seat now before I sit down on
Yeah,
poo.
good idea. Shall we move on to shows and entertainment at the time? We had
Yes,
Parade
what
of
was
the
happening?
Stars was in its third year. I fondly call this Parade of the Shit because it was terrible.
Did you get to be in it?
No, but I worked during that
Mm.
time, and I've seen it many times working parade or guest control when
Was
that
you
was.
wearing a tutu?
Never had to wear the tutu.
I got to be in it. That's why you didn't like it. You didn't.
You're
you weren't
right.
a
I wish I was in
star.
it.
You weren't a star.
We had Believe was still going on, going strong. You had Mickey's Detective School at Fantasyland Theater. Just a extremely popular fan favorite right there was
Everyone loves
Mickey's
it.
Detective School. Club Buzz Stage, now at Tomorrowland Terrace, was going on. So at 80s cover bands all the time. You had Plaza Gardens, aka Fantasy Fair. Still had Jump Jive Boogie Swing Party every Saturday, which they still do now. But Friday, this was news to me. I do not remember this. They had Latin Fusion in Mickey's Mambo Club.
I
on
do not
Fridays
remember
nights.
that. Did I
I-
not go on Fridays? Like
I don't know. I have the on the map here. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, Mickey's Mambo Club. What is this? So let's go across the Esplanade over to California Adventure. We saw Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Play it. It's going strong.
was
I miss
anybody
it.
here ever on it?
No, on it.
No, but
Like
remember-
Like,
no.
did you get in the hot seat ever?
no.
No, remember I was like, I was burned so badly by that attraction because I was number one. Like,
Oh, that's
So I
right.
was
I think
number
I was
one.
there.
and I would have been the guy missed the question, and I would have been the next person in the hot seat, and then all the lights did the thing, and the show was over.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh,
I had been trying for so long.
We could have been on that Disney cruise.
We would have, because I would have gotten to the million.
or you could have got the hat.
Or a pin.
Matt has a mind for useless trivia,
Limited
so I
edition
don't doubt that he
pins.
could have
I
gotten
do.
there.
Yeah, you could have gotten there for sure. The map still also showed Superstar Limo as being an attraction. It listed as an attraction 2003. Still has the facade there. That closed just a year after opening, but it was still there. Tower of Terror is still a year away from opening. Flicks Fun Fair is brand new. Timon's parking lot, which is the Timon parking lot, which was the parking lot behind California Adventure, formerly the old parking lot just in general for Disneyland, but it was just the remaining portion. It was still highly used, and part of it was where Xgames Xperience took place, which we'll get into. And we could still get our date shakes at San Andreas Shakes.
That was a treat I wish I could have added to my favorite treats.
Yes. Yep.
That was delicious.
RIP. All right.
Bring them back. Why not? Like,
Yeah,
why?
no, they should.
They can be anywhere. Bring it. Schmoozies.
Schmoozies, there you go.
Yeah. Schmooshies.
Maybe for the 20th anniversary, they'll do like snacks of DCA past.
So they can appeal to like the 8 people that still cherish DCA 1.0.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
My address book.
Exactly.
So the big one here is hell. You could still get a Big Mac and fries over at Burger Evasion, which is now
Paradise Garden Grill.
There you go. Thank you.
I love that place, Paradise
It
Grill.
is good.
Just never open. It's always something festival related.
Yeah, but the festival food there is good too.
I mean, it's pretty
just-
good, but I really like those, like the gyros and like the skewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
The meatball.
And they have the chimichurri sauce. And,
Ah,
can we just like only
food.
just talk about food? I think I'm hungry.
All right, and then we'll go into entertainment real quick. So Aladdin was relatively new on stage. The Electrical Parade was back for its first time back. And Playhouse Disney was new. Goofy's Beach Party Bash at Hollywood Backlot Stage. Good stuff. There was the Awani Camp Circle Story Theater before characters. There was no Brother Bear. Wasn't any Pocahontas there. It's just random people telling a Camp Circle story.
To 3 people.
Yeah, literally, probably. Chance to Shine was rocking the streets down
So good.
Hollywood
I
Boulevard.
love Chance to Shine.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I loved them. They were great. It was the most Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios you got right there. That was
So-
good stuff.
I'm trying to remember. There was Chance to Shine. And then remember they did like another thing where they were like
Drawn to Magic,
Yes.
or Drawn to
I like-
Animation, Drawn to Magic, Drawn to Animation. I've been
Something
talking
like-
about it a ton on Twitter.
I like that.
It
That
was
was
really good. They should bring that one back. That was a good show. And then they had the Ugly Bug Ball at Bugs Land, a nice little kid show up along a little
I
random flat
never
stage.
watched it.
No,
you
I never
guys
did
ever,
either.
Like,
It
I
was-
saw it in passing a couple times,
Yeah.
but
And it was there a lot, and it was always going. So that's why I brought it up. I'm like,
yeah.
it was like a big part of DCA 1.0 for me because it was just always there.
Always in the background.
So I think that details enough of what we're dealing with of 2003 Disneyland Resort. So let's go into the Xgames Xperience. So this was July 1st to August 10th. It was going on at the same time, and this really is a good tell of the times. Legoland was having Sports Jam, which ran through August 31st. Then you had Knott's Berry Farm's All Wheels Extreme Show, which
Oh
went
my
through
goodness.
September 1st. They had a half pipe and stuff out in Knott's Berry Farm.
I saw that.
Yeah. And then you had DCA's Xgames Xperience, which only went through August 10th, so a little shorter than the other ones. And it was just prior to the 9th annual X Games competition in Los Angeles. That was going to run from August 14th to the 18th at Staples Center and the Los Angeles Coliseum.
Do you know how much tickets were to get into California Adventure during this time period?
$49.
$47.
Ooh, that was close.
So close.
Yeah,
$47.
And could you take advantage of the twofer?
Oh, I don't know. Could you? Do you know?
Wasn't it before the
I don't
twofer?
know. Was the twofer a thing yet?
I don't know. I don't
think
think
it
it
was
was
before.
yet. I was trying to find the information on when they have the 2 separate annual passes and when they merged. I could not find like the exact.
You made this up. This did not
swear
happen.
to- okay, people, I'm going to put it on Twitter so someone can help me figure it out. Someone else has to remember this. I know that I bought 2 annual passes.
There has to be like an old Owlets article that talks about this,
There's gotta
right?
be. Yeah, gotta be.
Well, speaking of old rumor mills, do you want to talk about that Jim Hill article you found?
Yes, it was an old Jim Hill article that was talking about as though it was not a rumor. It was like 100% fact that, what's it called?
Rock and Roller Coaster?
Oh my God.
I've got mom brain right now.
How much vodka was in that?
Not enough. That Rock and Roller Coaster was coming to the Hollywood area. It was going to take over that whole area. And it was like literally as though it was fact. And I was like, I do not remember this being a fact that was happening.
Yeah, he was for sure. But they were all acting as though this X Games experience was a great addition, as though this is the direction of the park. And they basically gave up on everything and said, no, we're just going to go towards teens and people with this disposable income that the kids are going to have. And they said that was the new direction of California Adventure.
And yeah, the reviews were super like his review of it was super positive and was just like, oh, this is going to be so great for the park. And they're already planning to bring it back next year. Spoiler alert. It did not happen.
And did not return.
Did not come back next year. Yeah, they were like talking it up. And then this whole thing about that for sure it was gonna be here. It was bizarre.
And then Finding Nemo show in the Timon parking lot.
Yes, yeah.
I don't remember that ever being a rumor, but I'm sure that.
Yeah, so weird. Like, I'm sure it's easier to say. How could they ever think that would happen? Looking back now, but
yeah,
it went to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
right. They just repurposed it. Yeah.
I mean, I remember reading so many rumors during that time period. I just don't remember the Nemo one.
No, not at all.
Do not remember that one.
I was gonna say how Joel said the direction they were gonna take with DCA was just gonna appeal to teens and adults with disposable income, and I'm like, well, it still kind of is. I mean, Food and Wine Festival, all I ever see are teens and adults with disposable income.
True, but the teens aren't really the ones drinking. It's the early 20-year-olds.
We were teens at the time. They got us started early.
Yeah, true.
The grown-ups with their children asleep in the strollers. Hand up over here.
Okay, well, when you walked into the park, everybody got an X Games Xperience Ultimate Scratch and Win game. I'm going to actually post this online because I actually have one in my hand right now.
Oh my gosh.
You'll see that, sorry, not a winner on this. But get close, get personal, get out of the way. And that was the tagline. Odd. But on the back, it talks about your chances to win and eligibility, yada, yada. But I just want to go over some of the prizes. You had grand prize car. It was only $14,000, so I don't understand what that car was. Odds of winning 1 in 300,000. You had a first prize motorcycle. You had odds of winning 1 to 300,000 as well. But ATVs, X Games,
Did anyone
9
win
special
these?
guest package.
If you won any of these prizes, if anyone won any of these X Game Experience prizes, please tell us. Because
I want to know if you did win this digital camera, because I really want to know what that camera's like. Now, yeah, some good stuff though. It's a nice little thing that I've saved over time. I'm surprised I still have it. Yeah, good stuff. So then let's talk about some of the options you had in the park. So there was the Flatland Bike Exhibitions. This had usually a band with them, but they were just people on their bikes.
What band was it?
So I was getting to it. Suburban Legends.
Yes, Suburban Legends.
One of our favorites. Where, I mean, Beth has a good story with Suburban Legends, and they got engaged.
Yes, Suburban Legends helped my husband propose to me at the park. It's not your typical castle proposal, but it was a Disneyland proposal in Tomorrowland with the help of Suburban Legends. It was amazing. Yeah, it is on YouTube if you want to see it.
Yeah,
if you don't want to, I'm okay with it. It's fine. But it was very good. They've been one of my favorite bands literally since this event. I saw them first at this event and fell in love with them and have been just following them and listening to everything since then. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. Going to the X Games Xperience, listening to Suburban Legends play really solidified my need to move to California at that age. I was just like, I'm here doing this thing with all my friends, and like this is something I could never do in Washington. I need to be here, and so thank you, Xgames Xperience and for Legends for making this happen for me.
Do you guys remember the truck that basically all these bands always were on? So I feel like no one ever talks about it, or I can't find much information on it. But for the longest time, I feel like this was going on for like 7, 8, 9 years. There was always a band that was driving through California Adventure down the parade corridor. That was being pulled by some car or a Jeep. I don't remember what was being. Oh, it was a Woody.
Use it for like the High School Musical thing too.
I think they used that same stage,
like
platform,
the stage, but not the.
But they had
car.
like a Woody truck that would not Woody the character, but
like a old vehicle.
Vehicle, yes. And that would just always drive around. But I think that's how this got around too. And it had Suburban Legends on there and the drummer on there. So you also had the Xcade. Great names here, by the way. Everything's X.
Everything's X. And
so this is the Xcade. It was in the San Francisco buildings. And I love it. In the map here, it says across from Golden Dreams. But just a nice little arcade in the building there, lightly themed. Then you had Radical Merchandise Booth. That was the actual name, by the way, was the Radical Merchandise Booth.
Yeah, I told you they use Radical.
Yeah. It was merch booths you would kind of see just at a concert. It was just a white tent with like light rigging to keep it up. And you had the stage at Paradise Bay. They had a half pipe show there as well. This is kind of in the same area. If you kind of remember back to the time, they had like acrobats playing just kind of in the area. They had other random types of entertainment in that old Paradise Bay amphitheater.
I saw Tony Hawk there.
Oh,
when he was
nice.
there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
It was cool.
And they had some question and answers with the star athletes as well. And then they had the 2,500 seat X Arena, which is the MX Big Air show. This was in the Timon parking lot. You guys remember getting there? It was just to the left, in between Farmers Market.
Yes. Told them past the big old like dirt pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was so well themed to a dirt pit.
Well, it was just like a chain link fence that went around it with like the green covering around it.
Mm-hmm.
And no real theming here. I mean, they were going with the extreme look.
Yeah, it was themed to so extreme.
Yeah. They also had a skate park there right next to the dirt track. I don't remember this part, but apparently there was an interactive skate park that you could actually skate there yourself. I just cannot imagine the liabilities. And they actually allowed for that to happen.
How many
must have had to sign
waivers?
so many waivers. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
they charge for it?
I looked it up. I don't think they did charge for it. I think it was free. You had to sign up for it at the beginning of the day. I mean, it was so lightly attended. I don't know if they actually filled up, but you did have to sign up in the beginning of the day. They had priority seating for their, I believe it was for Electrical Parade. And it was on the park map. It explains that Ariel's Grotto and the Wine Country Trattoria have minimum charges of $25 per person, while the Vineyard Room has a $45 per person minimum. Vineyard Room was the restaurant that's above the Wine Country Trattoria. It's no longer there. Now it's just basically sits empty. Nice little restaurant area that's never used. Ariel's Grotto offered a $18 fixed price menu. So I remember reading an article.
$18?
Yeah, $18 fixed price menu, $18. Sit down restaurant.
Oh, 2003.
I think Ariel was there too.
But you had to spend how much?
25. So I was reading an article and they specifically put, so in order to meet the requirement, you would have to buy a drink or something. Like, oh no.
Oh,
$25. Yeah.
Gosh.
And then you had some stuff to eat. You had the explosive Maggie.
Oh my God. That's the worst name.
Sounds
ever.
awful, but it was a drink at Rita's Baja Blenders. Then you had the Excelente Nacho Grande at Cocina Cucamonga Grill, which note that was where Lucky Fortune Cookery is today. They used to be swapped.
Switched it.
And Lucky Fortune Cookery was never opened, probably just for a few days the first year.
I'm so glad it's like moved because it's so good
nice.
now.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Love it.
And then they had half pipe pizza at our favorite Pizza Mau Wow.
Pizza
Mau Mau. Ooh, Mau Mau.
Mau Mau.
Mau Mau.
We used to call it Poo Poo.
Papa.
No, because the pizza sucked, so we used to call it pizza poo poo.
And I believe this pizza was actually the shape of it's supposed to be the shape of a skateboard or something stupid. And then they had extraordinary popcorn mix-ins. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says on my map.
Based on our previous talks, I could be into it.
Yeah,
Depends on what the mix-ins were.
I think it could have been right up your guys' alley. Anything else you wanted to mention about Xgames Xperience?
Do you guys remember the music that would play? They switched out the music from the entry plaza, and they played a whole bunch of like the Sunshine Plaza, a whole bunch of like pop punk and X Games related. I tried so hard to find the playlist for that because I really loved it. I could not find the playlist.
Plan,
it was so enjoyable because that's like right up my alley. I tried so hard to find videos of this event. Like I know like people were not recording as like, you know, it wasn't so easy. It wasn't attached to your phone. I could not find like any videos of this. So many photos.
It's weird, right?
But like no videos of it. I just wanted to kind of relive it, walk around and see it. And then the one thing that you did not mention was the opening for the ceremony. How they opened it.
With the motorcycle going over.
Mike Metzger jumping over the Golden Gate Bridge on his motorcycle with fireworks going off. I believe that it wasn't even open. The park wasn't even open yet, so you had to watch it from outside the gates.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. And then throughout the entirety of the X Games Xperience, they had a giant banner across the Golden Gate State Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate State.
Across the entire Golden Gate Bridge, that was just huge and awful looking. No one would be okay with it today's standards.
Definitely not.
I need to see if I can find it. I know I have it somewhere, but do you guys remember the photo op?
There was a few.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of them.
The one where you're holding the
motorcycle and you did it and they took the picture sideways and it looked like you were like flying on it.
Yes.
I do remember that.
I remember that one vividly.
I have a picture somewhere. I need to look through all my like hard drives. I know I have a picture of that somewhere.
You gotta send it on over.
Yeah, they had that one. They had other. Yeah, there were other ones. Wasn't there like a?
I think there was a couple of them.
Wasn't there one where it was like it was supposed to be like a half pipe, and it was supposed to be like you were doing the thing, and you would stand like on the skateboard, and they would take the picture.
I think you were supposed to be like holding the skateboard, and you would like be like upside down,
the half pipe or something.
Yeah, and you're grabbing onto the skateboard, something like that. But yeah, they had.
And I just remember like so many pictures of like Paradise Pier, because remember like Paradise Pier was supposed to be like the cool area of the park, so there were lots of like backdrops for that at like most of the photo ops with Screamin' with its Mickey head and the Maliboomer.
Yep, that was the extreme part of the park. This ride's a blast.
Oh, I kind of miss it. I really like that ride. I mean, if I had
5 miles down the road and go ride Supreme Scream.
Supreme Scream is not the same. That drops you down. Doesn't shoot you up. Also, if you had to pick between Maliboomer and Emotional Whirlwind, which would you pick? Like you have to ride it. Yeah,
Maliboomer.
Yeah.
But aesthetics for the park.
It's ugly. I mean,
both are ugly. But the other one's a little bit more ugly. Come on, Maliboomer going up with its giant.
No,
they're both terrible.
They're both really bad.
Area.
They should have.
Yeah,
it's like comparing turds.
Which one stinks less?
Well, this was fun. I appreciate that we were able to go down memory lane and talk a little about old DCA and direction they may have been going in at the time, but
maybe.
Yeah, that was good. And I
Can I tell you my last note? Wait, I just want to tell you my last note on my notes. Although I did enjoy this, and I feel like it did, even though it was not their best idea, it was not very well executed, I still enjoyed it as a young adult, and it did lead me to kind of move here. I will say my last note on my page is womp womp, Cynthia Harris sucks.
Yeah. And Paul Pressler was there too at the time.
Yes, it was not Cynthia on her own.
But let's face it, this was the sign of the times, and it really wasn't that bad for 2003. Especially if you look at what was going on at Knott's and
It was
See
hip,
everywhere else doing the same
it
stuff.
was
Legoland
edgy. I mean, they
Yeah.
pulled off what they wanted to pull off
originally.
Yes.
Yeah. It was the last instance of true DCA.
Hip and edgy.
Yeah, hip and edgy. We had some rocking in the bay. Then they realized we need a little bit more Disney in here. And then we got DCA 2.0. All right, until our next happy hour, find us online. Beth, where can everyone find us?
You can find us on both Twitter and Instagram. It's simply at Off Harbor. Nice and easy to remember. You can find myself on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Pixie Dust Vibes. Matt is on Twitter and he is at ST1401-Endor, and he's on Instagram at Lightspeed2Endor. And Joel, you can find him on both Twitter and Instagram at Tangaroa Joel. Derick, we'll see you next week.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But thanks, Beth. Appreciate it. And as always, I do want to remind we do have our email podcast at offharborandmaine.com. Feel free to email us anything you'd like. If you have questions or you want to correct us, feel free to email us. We'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, I'm going to plug it. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcast if you're listening to us that way, or if you just want to just put some stars on there, we'd appreciate that as well. Anything else, guys?
Turkey legs
This
still
says
suck.
future giveaways.
It does.
know.
I was going to talk about, hey, we want to do future giveaways.
We
So,
do want to do future
keep
giveaways.
listening to us. We have a lot of stuff planned. We're trying to get it all together and figure it out here, but we do want to do some giveaways for everybody. We do have a Patreon coming soon here, and we want to get some merchandise out. We have some good ideas. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, remember, we have the strength. We can change the world together. Build a stairway to the stars we can climb. On behalf of the birdies, flowers, and tikis here at Off Harbor in Maine, farewell and aloha to you. Stay well and cheers.
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 Susan, no, shoot, the girl that does Disneyland,
Oh, at in Disney
Sandy
World?
Duncan.
Wait,
Sandy Duncan.
Sandy Duncan.
She reminds me of Sandy Duncan.
Oh, but he came in during a cast Christmas party, and I sold it to him, and it was delightful.
You packed Marty Sklar's fudge.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is Dole's whip. Okay,
Bob's? Bob Dole's whip.
all right. Let's get on. No,
Let's get on what?
Let's get it on.
the Xgames train. No,
Let's get on your WAP.
I
talking
let him,
Xgames here.
I let him taste it. Now
Oh,
he
they
diabetic.
played it. You know when you walked in, they had all the upbeat California songs, like the punk song. They played this song.
Yeah.
Surprise!
They played WAP.
Yeah,
Imagine walking under the Golden Gate Bridge to that.
I could.